Hello, STEM inventors. Last Wednesday was Earth Day, and not only was it Earth Day, but it was the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, and that is worth celebrating. So today I'm going to talk to you about recycling. Now, recycling ties in with Earth Day because the more we can reduce, reuse, and recycle, the healthier our Earth is going to be. Last week, my kids and I participated in our town's challenge to walk around town and fill a bag with trash that we found laying around. We went to our local schools, the skate park, and the tennis courts, and we almost filled our bag, but not quite. So, next, we're going to walk around our street and see what more we can find so we complete the challenge. Now, that project, along with some of the pictures and videos you sent me to add to my video and other things you sent me over the past month, helped me create this week's challenge. So, you guys were the inspiration for this week's challenge. I am challenging you to build something using recycling or show me how you're reusing or repurposing recycling that you have around the house. I'm going to share with you a few examples of what I found around my house and in the pictures that you shared with me the other week. Now, these are some pictures that you sent me. Noelle sent me this picture of a game she made using recycled materials. Avery's doll fort was a recycled box. Camille, Ever, and Nolan's projects all reused boxes. This is a fort that Jameson and Grayson made by reusing boxes. Noah supported his mast of his sailboat using part of an egg carton. Jonah used an old box, and Caden used toilet paper tubes to make these marble runs. Grayson's village was made mostly from cardboard and paper. This is a huge box fort my kids made into a fort, and then they used smaller boxes to design a working mailbox. I took the end of an old crib and am now using it as a gate to keep my dog out of this room when the cats need a break from her. The sides of the crib are used in the garden for climbing vegetables and on our deck as a wider gate to keep the dog on the deck. We save medicine cups and use them for dipping sauces, and our Tupperware lids fit perfectly on the larger ones, so I use these for salad dressing or small things that need to go in our lunch boxes that I don't want to have spill. These glass jars that once held food are now organizing different nails and screws in my basement workshop area. These salad containers are great for dropping off a few brownies for my dad later today. An old wooden screen door was taken apart, and the sides of it are now the braces for climbing beans in one of my garden beds. A couple plastic lids to baking pans are now housing my seedlings until they're ready to move outside. I'm even reusing decomposing logs, hay, grass, and compost to try my hand at what's called hugelkultur. And this is all natural materials that will break down over time and become another section of the garden. This year I have a lot of recycling sitting around because our recycling center closed for about a month. One of my projects this week is to create a hydroponic garden for lettuce using some of those plastic and glass containers. I'm figuring out which containers fit perfectly inside of which glass and plastic jars. Then I drill holes in the insert so that when the seedlings start growing roots outside of their peat pots, they can be transferred into the recycled containers. And I'll fill the lower jar with water so the plants can grow using only water and not soil. However, it's very windy and I worried about the wind tipping over my jars. So I'm recycling this chip box to hold them all in place and help block the light from the side so the water won't grow algae over time. So that's my recycling project this week. Now it's your turn to reuse your recycling in an innovative way.